On Thursday night, and the Sky News one the following Thursday, the 22nd. So it'll be quite interesting. They don't have to be that particularly sensible, just something that will bring this whole election campaign alive, keep us entertained over the next 3 hours this morning with that. What else is coming in news-wise, Charlotte? Well,
a bit more in politics, actually, Eamon. And Gordon Brown's admitted he made a mistake by not being tough enough on banks. The Prime Minister...
Hey, let's have a look at the front pages of the latest on that earthquake in China. Charlotte's got those details.
Thanks, Eamon. At least 300 people have died in the strong earthquake in China. The tremor hit... What happens on that front? The Hollywood sign could be no more.
We're going there live, Charlotte.
Lovely.
We're going to find out, Louisa, what makes the perfect gent. We
yes.
want people's ideas now. But we're going to start off with civil servants. The Daily Mail loves a good climate. That is the mood, and certainly the civil servants will get a kicking for this one.
Oh, undoubtedly. Of course, there's been, as the Daily Mail have picked it up, you know, massive backlash against this, yet another scandal.
I do have to say, though, when everyone else is tightening their belts, I do think it's a bad time for people to be going out on the public purse and spending, say, £94 on
But how do you get the public job done if they're not spending any money?
But then they managed to get the public job done perfectly well in days gone by, and yet they're spending a lot more now when we're in a time of recession and coming out of a recession.
Yeah, no, I think, Charlotte, your mood perfectly sums up the pole-faced mood of the nation. So I could...
Fair enough. You know, bottle of wine, really, do we need...
His rifle was, which knocked him back.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think...
She says it hasn't put her off driving.
OK, well, that's the main thing.
That's
Dust yourself down,
yes,
start all over again. OK, but you like it both ways, don't you, so to speak?
Of course. Yeah, why not, though? The thing is, it's nice to have a door, you know, held open for you and things like that, isn't it? But also you like to feel that you're equal at the same time, so why not?
Or superior.
You know, fairer sex and all that. The interesting thing is that 40% of men in this poll of 3,000, so this is not a small poll, 40% of men think that doing the washing up constitutes a chivalrous act. I say roll up your sleeves and do it every day, chaps.
OK, let us know what makes the perfect gent. We're going to be discussing that again in 1 hour's time. Louisa, for the moment, thank you very much indeed. Our debate time is running out to save the iconic landmark. What I'm trying to say, surely the interest should be coming from the movie industry, because you guys must make millions out of the recognition factor there, or indeed the state. I mean, I think if that was in Britain, there'd be a big onus on the council, the local authority, to actually buy the land. Why don't the studios or the state of California buy it? Serious belief that the sign could disappear and that houses could be built on the land around it?
No.
Vote you on that one. Thank you very much indeed. Live from Los Angeles, Gail Murphy, certainly for the moment the home of the Hollywood sign. And hooray for Hollywood, Gail. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, you bet.
Thank you, thank you. There we go. The latest on the sports situation and what happened last night in the football. Here's Sarah Jane with that.
Yeah,
before we close the hour, Charlotte?
Well, it's all about these expenses and this £94 bottle of wine, actually. And Jason from Leicester says you can get a great bottle of wine for a lot less than £90 from a supermarket. So that's Jason's suggestion for all the civil servants when they're going out shopping.
And especially, it was your hubby told me what the markup is on wine.
Well, there you are, so now you know.
So it's worth about £9, that 94 bottle of wine, that seems to be. Back top of the hour, all the latest stories right after this. We're getting news coming in from China about this earthquake in the northwest of the country. Charlotte will bring you up to date.
Thanks, Eamon. Yes, at least 300 people have now died in that earthquake. The tremor hit the Tibetan town of Yushi in...
Thanks, Charlotte. We're going to papers coming your way, and as I say, a lot of controversial subjects with Louisa Fletcher after this from Charlotte.
Thanks very much, Eamon. At least 300 people have died in a strong earthquake in China. The tremor hit the Tibetan town of Yushi in...
Here come the newspapers. Broadcaster Louisa Fletcher with those. It's front page of the Sun, Louisa. And, you know, we're talking parents as well. A lot of parents will immediately see the danger in this, and then a lot of parents want this.
There will be...
Did you want to wear mummy's shoes? Do you want to put on lipstick? Did you want to be a woman, or were you a tomboy? What was it like?
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of girls typically fall into the kind of wanting to dress up and look older than they are, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think parents will come under a lot of pressure from that point of view. But when I was younger, it was things like, you know, wanting to have your ears pierced and you had to wait till a certain age. It does seem to be happening younger and younger these days.
Yeah. And then, of course, then you get the whole situation of boys who want to put on high.
I think it's worthy of a second mention, quite frankly.
Of course I do. No, yeah. People are having views.
They
felt
that men just weren't...
I have to say. Do you help out around the house? Do you pay them compliments? Do you take pride in their appearance? Do you open a car door for them?
But 40% of the men asked said they think...
Word. There we go again. Darling, I've left your mother...
Cue frantic call to captain of ship.
It's been a long time getting those tickets, haven't they? You know,
It'll happen to you girls one day. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. That's Louisa Fletcher. Let's bring you sports headlines now and the football action from last night. Here's Sarah Jane.
Thank you, Eamon.
Now, there's a story on the front page of, it's the Mail and the Express. I mean, it's summed up by that. It says civil servants, it's about expenses, but it depends whether they're deemed to be in the line of duty or essential to what these civil servants are doing. But whatever way, it's portrayed and people don't like it.
They've basically quadrupled over the last few years. People not very happy at all. Tony says if expenses are incurred, then limits should be set. Mike in Devon says they're all on the gravy train. We need to stop the train and put a new driver in charge. Simon L says they're pretty obscene expenses. They should be capped. He says he has a limit when he buys meals and alcoholic drinks aren't included in that. A lot of discussion on this £94 bottle of wine. Rebecca McGrath says £94, that's not justified, but she says, of course, I'm going to whine about that. Very good, that one. Keep them coming in.
I didn't get that. Wine?
Wine about it.
W-H-I-N.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Takes me a while.
Right, this coming in from the Labour Party. They're going to have a press conference. So here is Sky Charlotte. Getting news in from China, Charlotte. What's the death toll on this earthquake?
The death toll has now risen to 300 people who've died in that strong earthquake in China. The tremor hit the Tibetan town of Yushu in
Hugh Martin, it looks like the top of the Premier League at the moment, doesn't it? There's a clear lead building up there now, unfortunately.
A clear 4-point lead, actually.
Here comes the sport, Sarah Jane May and Owen Coyle. Managers' press conferences can often be, boring sort of affairs, but the guy, he's in charge of Bolton. He was value for money last night.
Yeah, he had a...
That's just down to your ankles. Do let us know. This one would be very nice, especially if you've got a picture of it. It'd be good.
That would vindicate.
You look at the headline here. The leaders' debates, they start tomorrow. In the Times, it says these politicians, they fear an electorate which has an antipathy or disinterest towards them. What do you make of what you're seeing so far in the election campaign?
I think it's boring. The
dividing line between politics and show business, or is it all show business?
I think it all.
Here this morning, he says, Piers Morgan said, judging panel this year.
For Britain's Got
Simon's wedding, because we all have got diaries.
I'm glad you asked me that, Eamon. I'm glad. Well, I thought you were going to tell me. You're right.
Basically.
So Mum's out there now sorting them out. That's all I can say.
That's it. X Factor, don't they? But sometimes I think that there are so many people out there from the showbiz world who now know how to do the job. Who could be very good on that panel.
I'm sure. Well, you apply for it.
X Factor or Britain's Got Talent? Where would you stand on that?
I like both of them.
Well, I heard you voted for Jedward. Talking about voting.
Yes, I did. I must admit.
Is this true? We did have Jedward on the programme, didn't we? They came
Jedward.
I saw that they came in here. Yeah, and you got very excited about them.
Everybody got excited about Jedward.
I like this idea, not only about the political X Factor, but we could have a political Britain's Got Talent where they all come up with their best party piece or something and they all have to perform it, and then, whoever wins would get the vote.
Not bad at all. I'll put it to Simon.
We talked about Simon's 4 weddings there, and Katie Price, well, she has already got married.
Boring me for half an hour explaining that cage fighting was an art, which I found rather...
Thank you, Tony. That's a brief taste of what's happening in the world of showbiz, in the papers today and across the telly at the weekend. Thank you very much indeed. Charlotte and Sarah Jane, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for watching. We continue coverage, that Lib Dem manifesto being launched. That is the live desk next with Colin Brazier.